My name's Ben, and today we've got one of the best Porsche Macans we've ever had to show you around. This is a 2022 car with just over 15,300 miles, and it is one of the highest specification Macan S's we've ever seen. And it is an S model, which means it's got the 3-litre turbocharged engine, and it is just an incredible car, finished in jet black metallic with extended black leather interior, and that extended black leather is the single most expensive option on the car, but there is almost £20,000 worth of options to talk about on this particular Macan, which is, as I say, the highest spec we've seen. So we'll start at the front, walk around and point out as much as we can for you. So in the centre of the front grille, you'll see the first thing is the big radar in the front. So we have adaptive cruise control fitted to the car through that radar, and just above the radar you'll see the forward-facing camera, because we do have the 360-degree camera system fitted to the car. Park assist front and rear in the bumpers, and then the PDLS Plus headlights, so the upgraded headlights over standard is a very nice touch. You've got these really nice daytime running lights down the bottom here. Coming down the sides, we've got the sports design mirrors, and they are fully painted across the bottom rather than the standard plastic that you get on most of the cars. We've got the gloss black painted window surrounds, and then if you have a look inside the car, you'll see that the extended leather pack, which we'll talk more about when we get to the interior, but it's smooth leather everywhere you look, across the tops of the doors, the dashboard, and that beautiful contrast stitching in crayon. But if you have a look inside, it is just beautifully finished, and you'll see some of the other big options whilst you're poking your head in there. So the Sports Chrono Package Plus, the GTS seats, the 18-way adaptive GTS seats, the Racetex headlining, and the opening glass panoramic sunroof, which again, very, very important option on one of these cars. We personally wouldn't buy one without that. You'll notice the seats are also perforated, and that's because they are ventilated. But again, we'll touch more on the interior options as we get round the driver's side. Privacy glass on the rear three-quarters, and then have a look in the back as well. And also, you will notice condition on this car is just beautiful. There's nothing to say about condition. We've got heated seats in the rear, and the rear have their own climate zone as well, so they can change the temperature separately to the front of the vehicle. And then again, those perforated seats throughout, and that panoramic roof letting a lot more light in for those rear passengers is much more beneficial for people in the back of the car. If we have a look at the wheel whilst we're here, we've got 21-inch exclusive design sport wheels, and again, a very rare option is to have these finished in the titanium rather than black. Most of the exclusive design wheels you'll see are black on the inserts here, diamond cut on the faces, but these are titanium, a very, very rare option. Full colour crests in the centres, again a cost option, and the red brake calipers with the Porsche logo on, again a cost option. Coming round the back, obviously being a 22 plate, we've got the full length light bar across the back with the logo sort of in there as well. It's a very nicely finished car. The sports exhaust system, so the dual tailpipes on either side, and we have a reverse camera as well. The boot button very nicely hidden on the rear wiper blade there. We've got this very luxury tough, almost sort of tufted carpet in here, and there is an electric deployable tow bar. So if I press the right button here, I believe will be that one, we should get a tow bar come round and deploy, which is beautiful and useful if you've got a bike rack, for example, that you need to go on. I may have pressed the wrong button. Nope, there we are, just a little bit slow. And you'll see it has never been used, so very, very nice to have that there if you do wish to use that in the future. Push the button, the boot will shut down, and we have a reverse camera just above the number plate under there as well. Coming around the driver's side, we'll jump inside and talk through some of the interior options for you. So starting on the driver's door card here, again, as we've already touched on, we've got the extended leather package. So everywhere is soft leather with this beautiful contrast crayon stitching. It's a really, really nice place to sit, and it makes a big difference over the standard sort of crinkled plastic leather that you would get without that extended leather package. We've got power folding heated door mirrors, lots of buttons for the windows. You can also open the boot here and child lock the rear windows if you need to. And then because we've got the 18-way adaptive sports seats, we get memory settings for both the driver and the passenger, and you can set them separately to the keys. So when you put the key in the car, it will recognize which key that is and move all of your settings to that specific key. And then down on the tweeter here, we've got the Bose surround sound system fitted to the car. And I'll just grab the key and fire the car into life for you. So down on the seat, you're actually looking at another feature, which I'll quickly point out, is the blind spot monitoring. So that black square just here will illuminate orange when there is somebody in your blind spot. And if you have a look at the bottom of the seat here, you'll see just how much adjustment you have. So you can extend the front bolster underneath your legs, you can extend the side bolsters and the cushion bolsters down here, and then obviously four-way lumbar support as well. There's so much adjustment to get yourself comfortable in this car. Steering column is also very adjustable, so you can get yourself nice and comfortable. Smooth leather everywhere you look, and the steering wheel is heated as well. So there's a button hidden down the bottom here, and if I press that, it tells you on your right-hand screen here that the heated steering wheel is switched on. We've got those metal shift paddles behind the steering wheel, and then our controls on either side. So on the left-hand side, we've got voice control, a music skip track, a volume wheel, and also to put the gearbox into manual on the left-hand side of the steering wheel there. And on the right-hand side, we've got our telephone controls. We've got a shortcut button we can customize, a wheel to control our digital screen on the right-hand side here, because you'll see you can view lots of different options like the chrono package, the adaptive cruise control, the all-wheel drive system, tire pressure monitoring, and so on and so forth. And then down on the right hand side, part of the Sports Chrono Package Plus means you get the drive mode switch on the steering wheel. So if I twist this, we can go between Sport, Sport Plus, and an individual mode as well, which is very nice. And you also get a Sport Response button in the center. Down on the left hand side on the cruise control stalk, you'll notice we have the distance setting as well. That's because of the adaptive cruise control that we've mentioned before. That beautiful chrono clock up the top there, which also, whilst not using the sports modes, just operates as a normal clock. So you've got your seconds hand going around constantly, and the digital clock in the center, and the analog clock at the bottom, which is very nice touch. And before we move on to the infotainment system, there's one setting we need to mention because it's very important on this car, and that is that this car has air suspension. So you do have a button down here where you can raise and lower the car. There's also buttons in the boot. You may have noticed next to the tow bar buttons where you can raise and lower the boot, but it's a big difference. It's not standard, and it's actually quite rare to see a Macan with air suspension, so it's lovely to have that on this particular example. Porsche's own navigation system. And then if I pop the car into reverse, you'll see obviously the reverse camera there, and you can see the tow bar very clearly. And then our bird's eye view screen on the left-hand side here. Again, you can pick the different cameras on the buttons on the right-hand side here. There's lots of camera options for you. And if I pop it back into park, well, I can't show you because I haven't got a phone connected, but it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well if you want to use those features. Coming down the centre, obviously our climate control settings for both driver and passenger, and then heated and ventilated seats. So you'll see there's 3 options for each, heated and ventilated. Very rare on a Macan to have those options. And then coming down the right hand side here, we've got self-steering park assist, again quite a rare option. We've got the autonomous lane keep assist, and then our start-stop button, off-road modes. Lots of storage space, cup holders, again beautifully stitched leather centre armrest, and there is a wireless phone charging port under here as well, so you can pop your phone in there and it will charge whilst you're going along. And then I'll open the roof for you so you can see what the car looks like with that panoramic roof open. You get this wind deflector at the front as well, which pops up very nicely. And I'll just switch the car off and summarise this stunning example for you. So, as we mentioned at the beginning, a 2022 plate car, one owner from new, just over 15,000 miles, and with some very, very nice options. Most importantly, probably that air suspension and the extended leather package on the interior. It's over £20,000 of options, making the car over £73,000 when new. So it's a great saving for a car that's only a couple of years old. My name's Ben. I hope the video's helped. Thank you very much for watching.